Habari za wakati huu mtazamaji wa J5 TV, ni siku nyingine na wakati mwingine ambao tunakutana tena katika habari zetu na stori zetu za kimichezo, ambapo tunakutana na watu wa aina mbalimbali. Na leo hii nipo na mtu ambaye yupo Tanzania, ni Mhispaniola, nikikwambia kwamba huyu ni mwakilishi wa Laliga kutoka kule Hispania. Ni George Gasapo ambaye yeye yupo Tanzania kuwakilisha La Liga. Nipo naye siku hii ili kuweza kupata mawili matatu namna ambavyo La Liga inafanya kazi Tanzania, lakini kujua mengi zaidi kuhusiana na mambo mbalimbali ambayo ameyashuhudia hapa Tanzania tangu alipowasili. Mimi naitwa Mr. nyuma ya kamera yupo Didas Olang. Muhimu endelea kusubscribe YouTube yetu ya J5 TV ili uwe wa kwanza kupata habari na matukio mbalimbali. Moja kwa moja sasa tuende kwa mgeni wetu ambaye tupo naye hii leo, George Gasapo, ili tuweze kujua namna ambavyo ameliona soka la Tanzania, lakini kwa ukubwa wake namna ambavyo amefanya maendeleo tangu alipowasili. Mr. George Gasapo, good morning.
Mambo vipi kama kawa?
Kama kawaida, habari za asubuhi?
Oh, good, thank you. Oh, good.
It's a good time to meet you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here.
It's a long time we didn't meet together, but now it's a good time to talk more about football,
sure.
Men's and the women football. Yeah. Are you happy?
I'm really happy. I think football is the main sport here in Tanzania, followed by boxing. And one of the things that I like most about being here is the passion that fans have about football. Everyone supports their team, and I think it's great.
How do you see the competition of the Tanzania Premier League?
Actually, I have to say that I'm a big fan of the league. I try to follow most of the games when I can. And I think there is a big margin of improvement in the league. But that's good because I think everyone is, if we are aligned, if institutions, local clubs and federations are on the same page, I think that they can take Tanzanian football to another level. So I think that's great because the margin to improve is huge, and maybe in the next years the Tanzanian football is going to improve much more.
In NBC Premier League, what makes you happy?
What I do like most is as I said before, is the passion of fans. You know, they love supporting their teams, whatever the team is, Yanga, Simba, Assam, Coastal Union. I think fans are crazy about football here, and for a country such Tanzania, having this passion for a sport, I think is great, because when there is a big game or massive game like Yanga against Simba or Assam, I think people are crazy about watching this game. So you can go to the bars or a sports bar, or you can go to the beach and you can see people all around having fun and trying to watch the game and enjoy the game. Yeah.
And in Tanzania there are so many teams that, but since you arrived in Tanzania, what do you see? What team or which team interesting you?
That's a tricky question because I cannot position it myself about one team. I think Yanga is a great team, but you know, it's the biggest team or one of the biggest team in the country. Assam, I love them as well because of the youth team academy and the youth academy they have. I'm really into the youth teams, and I think they are doing great with the academy, or they are trying at least, you know, to bring something on board with the talented players from youth teams. I think they are doing great. And Simba, of course, you know, they are a very strong team as well, one of the top teams in Tanzania. And I think those three teams are really great, yeah.
I'm sure you heard about Maele, you heard about Ophelia. That's those players from different two teams here, from Simba and Yanga. Which player who interesting you, and we were very happy when watching him in the field?
Well, based on my background, when I was a former football player, you know, I always look at talented players, that they are skillful and they are able to show something different on the field. So if I have to pick one, I would say that Faisal from Yanga. I think he got this sort of quality, you know, that differentiate from others. I think he's a fantastic player. He can read the game. He understands, you know, the game at all levels, and I think he's a great player. He's still very young, so I think that this is a good player to follow.
There is another one who is only Faisal.
I can say there are more, you know. I don't know, maybe Mayele, of course, he's a great forward. If I have to say something about, you know, top player, I would say the forward of Assam as well, number 29. I don't know the name, but he's a fantastic player as well. And Mayele and number 29 of Assam, to me, they are the top forwards in the league so far.
From what you have watched all teams in here, Tanzania, what do you think they need to do to strengthen themselves so that they can develop football in Tanzania?
Well, from my point of view, I think that coaching education is crucial, to have better teams, to be able to coach, these kids so they can improve, they can develop. And by bringing, coaching knowledge and coaching experience, I think all the teams are going to be better. They are going to be much stronger. And their coaches, they are going to be able, to develop players at all points, all levels. So I think that's one of the most important things, because talent is here, talent is in Tanzania. The thing is that we need to bring this talent into the first league, and in order to do so, I think youth academies plays a crucial role. So if we are on the same page, institutions, local clubs and federations, about developing youth academies, I think the Tanzanian football is going to reach another level. That's one of the main things from my experience. I think that's crucial for the development of Tanzanian football.
I'm sure that you know about the development of women football in Tanzania. As you look at Simba Queens, represents the nation in Africa. But how do you see the development of women football in Tanzania, and your opinion on that, to develop that women football in Tanzania?
So a few years back, we were speaking about women and the impact of women football in the society. Right now, it's a reality. Women football is already here, so they are experienced players as well. So they have the quality to play in top leagues. And I think in Tanzania they are doing a great job. Such as Simba Queens, they have a very strong squad, and this must be an example for the rest of the clubs, to develop the women football teams. So now I think they are the pioneers in this field. Simba Queens, they are performing fantastic, and this should be, as I said before, an example for the rest of the teams to develop the women football department. But I follow Simba Queens quite often, and I see the games, and I've been following them during this last tournament, that they reach a very good level. But I don't remember any of the names, but I can tell you that they are performing well, they are a great squad, and if they continue doing the same, I think they are going to improve much better. Yeah.
Okay, let's come to La Liga. That's the main aim of you to be in Tanzania, I'm sure. How do you see the achievement of La Liga's plans in Tanzania?
Well, yeah, La Liga is here to help Tanzanian football to be better. As simple as that. We are not here for any other reason. So the goal is to give the tools to local clubs and Tanzanian Football Federation and Zanzibar Football Federation to be independent in terms of developing the structures of the clubs, developing youth academies, having knowledge about how to manage internally the structure of a federation, of a league. And it's as simple as that. We are here to improve, these processes, to let them know that, investing is a crucial part in the development of football here in Tanzania. And by doing so, I think Tanzanian football is going to be much stronger. So La Liga is basically here for that, for helping them to become better. And hopefully, with the initiatives that we want to bring on board, we will be able to, to take Tanzanian football to another level.
You talked about Zanzibar. Which things you are doing so that to develop the Zanzibar football, even if we know that it is in Tanzania, but there is a ZFF there?
Well, it's all about football development. As far as I know, they have a strong league as well in Zanzibar, and sometimes we are here in the mainland and we forget about them. So I wanted just to go there to speak with them about how can we help them, to become better, and from management to fan engagement, to football development, there are so many business units in which we can give the knowledge and bring the knowledge from Spain. So after having spoken with them, I think that we can collaborate together, hopefully, in the next future. And we want to help them to become, much more competitive by developing academies and football development.
Have you ever taken your time to visit different academies in Tanzania?
Yes, actually I did. Here in Dar es Salaam, I already collaborated with Magnet Academy. There is another academy called Avocado Academy. So it is not just about approaching professional clubs, but local academies as well. Because in these local academies, you can find very talented players and young players that they just need a platform in which they can showcase their skills. So sometimes there is a lack of infrastructure or facilities to bring all these talented players, all these kids, and to give them the opportunity to play in the first teams. So one of my main goals is to approach these local academies, as I said before, like Magnet Academy, like Avocado Academy, and some other academies I'm approaching, to find those talented players and to give them a platform in which they can, showcase their skills.
Have you ever planned to take at least 1 or 2 players from Tanzania so that you can take them to Spain?
Well, actually, we have some different programs about scouting, and in Spain we have a big complex, a very quality top complex in Madrid, in Spain, in which we are giving the opportunity to international players to come, to develop there. We have an internal league there, and they stay there for a year or whatever, young talented players. But it's not about bringing all these players. First of all, I think we should be focused on developing those players, giving them the chance to grow here internally. So, and once they have the, let's say, the level to go to Spain, we will be happy to help them, to come to Spain. But first of all, I think they should develop here.
Thank you. But for a few days, we saw you at Azam.
Yeah.
You were with Simba, former coach Pablo Franco.
Yeah.
We saw you at Azam complex.
Yeah.
He came to Tanzania for.
Well, actually, former coach Pablo Franco did a great job here, and he called me up because he knows that I'm the delegate of La Liga here. So he wanted just to grab a coffee with me and to speak about football. He came to Tanzania for different reasons that he knows. So I just wanted to speak about football with a friend, and we decided to go to Assam because I got friends in Assam as well. So it was my first time at Chamasi Complex, and I wanted to see live one of the top games of NBC Premier League, and it was just a relaxing evening watching football. That's all. Yeah.
What did he tell you about his possibility of getting another team to teach here in Tanzania?
Well, I think he had a great experience here in Tanzania. Everyone, likes him here. He's well known. He did a great job with Simba. But to be honest with you, we spoke about, how football works, the different clubs. So, he just came here for having fun, to relax, and we didn't speak about, further projects. I can tell you that. And it was just, random conversation about, the way it works here, Football Federation, different clubs, about Simba. But, we didn't go into that details.
But if any teams need him, what will you advise him?
I have no advice for him. He has to advise me because he has the experience and knowledge. I'm just here to help those clubs to become more competitive by bringing initiatives. But, he's the expert, and he's been there for a long time, working and coaching Simba. So I have to say that I cannot give him any advice. He has to give me advice.
There are so many rumors that Azam needs him.
Assam?
Yeah. Azam FC needs him. What he did tell me? Did he tell you anything?
Yeah, he told me that they are great clubs, that they are very strong squad here in Tanzania, that the supporters are crazy about those clubs. Assam, they are performing excellent this year. I think they are doing a great job. And Simba, now they are struggling a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that they will recover and they will do a great season. So that's what he told me. Both clubs are huge clubs here, and I try to be close to both of them.
Can you say anything about Tanzania football and advising teams, players and associations?
Well, actually, I think that the good thing about Tanzanian football is that there is a big margin of improvement. So if we start from scratch by implementing initiatives, to be more competitive in terms of academies, I think Tanzanian football is going to take a step forward and they are going to be much more competitive. Why I'm saying this? Because we have to be focused on the national team, and if we are able to develop these talented players, local players, then the national teams, they are going to be able to perform internationally in international scope. When they have to play international games, they are going to bring these talented players, they are going to be ready to perform in the elite, and as a consequence, the national team is going to benefit from that. So my advice is that all of us, all parties involved, I mean, local clubs, federations, academies, they should be aligned and they should be on the same page to bring all this knowledge and to give them, these talented players the platform to develop and to become much more stronger when they reach the first team. So by doing so, I think Tanzanian football is going to improve much more. And the good thing about that is that there is a big margin of improvement. And from La Liga, I will do everything is in my hand to help them to achieve this. So I'm trying to bring different initiatives all the way from Spain, coaching education, scouting programs as well. We are trying to get some talented players back to Spain to play in Spain. And why not? Maybe if I'm lucky, I can bring one professional team from La Liga here for a friendly game with Simba or Assam. That is something more complicated, but I will do my best to bring one professional club here.
Okay, thank you for your time. Thank you for your willingness and thank you for everything. Thank you for cooperation.
Asante sana, siku njema.
Asante sana.
Asante sana. Kwaheri. Ciao my friends. Marafiki. Ciao.
Asante sana.
Asante.
Na mtazamaji wa J5 TV, huyo ni George Gozapa kutoka kule Hispania, ambaye yeye anaiwakilisha La Liga hapa nchini Tanzania, na ameongea kwa namna ambavyo wengi wamevumisha tetesi mtaani kwamba pengine Pablo Franco, kocha wa zamani wa klabu ya Simba, anaweza akajiunga na wanalambalamba Azam FC, lakini akasema kwamba yeye hana anachokijua, lakini amekuja tu kwa ajili ya kwenda kuangalia burudani ya mchezo ambao Tanzania ni burudani tosha ya mchezo. Kubwa zaidi amezungumzia maendeleo ya La Liga, mipango yao ambapo inaelekea kufikia, lakini soka la wanawake kagusia kila idara. Huyu ni mwakilishi kutoka La Liga ambaye anafanya kazi yake hapa Tanzania, ambaye hana muda mrefu tangu amewasili hapa, ana takriban mwaka mmoja tu. Mimi naitwa Mestre Eliudi, niseme asante kwa muda wako, lakini kubwa zaidi endelea kutufuatilia.